I'm not a Ubisoft boss, but I am smarter than them. And Assassin's Creed has a few serious issues that need to be addressed for the company to have any hope of straightening out their downward spiral. Before we can jump into the problems, I want to highlight two entries in the franchise that I think handled certain things extremely well, and compare them to two entries that did not. First, Black Flag. Who didn't love this game? The effortlessness of their blending of pirate culture and hooded assassin lore makes other titles like Odyssey and Valhalla feel like the assassin elements hold the game back. Don't worry, more on that later. Going back to replay the game after the incredible Black Flag marketing period that was the Skull and Bones launch, I realized just how good this game was, how badly we needed more pirate games, and just how dumb I was for taking so long to replay it. Not only is it a solid Assassin's Creed game, but it stands as a great pirate game too. One of the only great ones we've ever gotten, to be honest. Next is Origins. Origins was fresh. It wasn't perfect or anything close, but it was new. The game went back to the earliest days of the Hidden Ones, showing us how the Order came to be. The story revolves around Bayek on a quest for vengeance against the corrupt secret society ruling Egypt that's responsible for the murder of his young son. We see his pain as a father and how it drives him and his wife to seek justice. It's a really good story with the best opening scene of any Assassin's Creed game ever.
I never sleep. I just wait in the shadows, and I will kill you all. Everyone who sniffed the air that day in Siwa!
And most importantly, at least for me, it was in ancient Egypt. Free running up the side of the pyramids was something I'd never known I'd wanted all my life. Origins had me hooked. The setting, main character, and plot had me primed and ready to see where the series was going next. And Odyssey somehow dropped the ball. If you're enjoying the video so far, guys, consider hitting like and letting me know what you think Assassin's Creed needs to fix in the next entry. Origins showed us the formation of the Brotherhood, so naturally, one would think the next game would be 50 to 100 or so years in the future after the range of the Order has already spread to nearby lands, right? Nope. We go back in time another 400 or so odd years before Bayek to even more ancient Greece to deal with yet another secret society, supposedly the precursor to the secret society introduced in Origins, which itself is just a precursor to the Templars. Why? Where previous games like Black Flag have shown us Assassin's Creed didn't have to be all about the assassins, Odyssey showed us we need at least something to do with the assassins if you're going to make an Assassin's Creed game. I feel like this was done purely so they could have an interesting time period, specifically the 16-year war between Athens and Sparta. They even introduced a new mission structure where you would take part in battles between Sparta and Athens to decide the winner, even going as far as to change which side was in control of that region. But these feel hollow and have no real consequence to them. And the map. Origins map was big, but Odyssey's map was almost 50% larger, filled with Ubisoft's classic bloat of collectibles, material, gear, and who knows what else. While the map is a faithful recreation of Greece, I quickly lost interest in exploring. The whole game just fell really flat for me. It felt like shoving a secret society narrative alongside a massive war, and not assassin elements was kind of forced. Like they were afraid they can't release a historical fiction game without assassin elements and the AC title. Even today, I don't understand the thought process behind the development of this game. Going to Greece is a genius idea, but do it after the fall of the Ptolemaic era that Origins is set in, and show how Greece and the Brotherhood were affected by Roman conquest in the following years. This idea was right there, it was set up perfectly in Origins, and yet, nothing happened. I ended up dropping it less than halfway through the first time I played it, which is a real shame. I love ancient Greece like I do ancient Egypt, with properties like the original God of War trilogy and Percy Jackson books being some of my favorites of all time. Next is Valhalla. Not even having Eivor be voiced by the incredible Magnus Nielsen from The Last Kingdom could save this slog of a game. Valhalla has the longest story, clocking in at about 61 hours, with a completionist run taking about 150. That's over 6 whole days. And while they actually included assassins this time around, it doesn't feel natural. In Black Flag, the game's dual identity takes shape over hours of gameplay and story as Edward is dragged into a fully fleshed out assassin narrative blended alongside his fully fleshed out pirate adventure perfectly. It feels earned. In Valhalla, it's introduced almost immediately through mechanics and a contrived plot. It feels forced. Both the Viking side and the assassin side of the game feel tacked on and not given proper room to breathe, despite, or perhaps because of, the massive scope. The Vikings should have had just as much effort put into their inclusion as the pirates, yet in every way the Viking features were worse. Raids were stale, ship customization was lame, and you didn't get to know anyone. It's a shame, really. Black Flag blended two wildly different groups with incredible success and will receive praise for years to come, while I believe Valhalla will be forgotten before it's all said and done. It's neither a standout assassin game, nor an impressive Viking game. It's just the biggest assassin game and only recent Viking game we've received, so it kinda just won by default, you know? Assassin's Creed has a problem managing scope and blending elements effectively. Games have gotten way too big, assassin storylines fail to get implemented properly, if at all, and their historical settings, which used to be a core component, now feel like nothing more than marketing tools to pull players into a half-baked collection of game ideas that fail to come together in a cohesive and satisfying package. The solution is twofold. First, listen to AC fans. Parkour, combat, exploration, and Brotherhood implementation need tons of work, because the current systems aren't doing it for people. Parkour lacks the complexity of classic titles, combat doesn't have the bite it used to, exploration is exhausting and boring, and assassins have taken even more of a backseat in their own story than usual, and stealth in Ubisoft games as a whole has been growing increasingly bare bones over the years. They've made efforts to work on this a little in recent titles like Mirage and Shadows, though there's plenty of room to keep improving. Take what was learned from these two titles and implement it all in the Hexe. Don't make the map too big, make sure combat is satisfying, and take time creating environments and mechanics to ensure stealth and parkour feel as fluid and rewarding as possible. It doesn't need to reinvent Assassin's Creed, it just needs to remember what it's supposed to be. Second, someone needs to explain to Ubisoft suits that open world historical fantasy games can succeed without the AC title being shoved in, and may even do better for it, especially if coming from the clearly talented but restricted devs behind these games. I feel like if Odyssey abandoned the assassin elements and focused on the war and Greek mythology elements, or Valhalla was just a Viking fantasy about reincarnated gods and a greater emphasis on Viking activities, and both had smaller, more focused, intentional maps, the games could do just as well, if not better than ever. These ideas are amazing on their own, and they don't need brand recognition shoved in when you give the devs the time and space needed to do their damn job. And when I play these two games, I feel like I'm playing games that weren't meant to be Assassin's Creed games by the devs, but were forced to be by the suits. Ubisoft continues to stifle innovation and creativity in their endless pursuit to play it safe, but if they just let their talents show them why they were hired in the first place, I'm confident the teams there could put out some truly unique experiences for fans.
For those who come after. Right?
Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, consider hitting like and subscribe and leaving a comment and letting me know what you thought of the video. Peace.